Nothing like starting the day with a cup of coffee, a croissant, and a donut. When Miley arrived at Curtain Calls that morning with the usual coffee in hand, she immediately knew something was different. The store was already packed, customers filled nearly every aisle, staffs were rushing between clothing racks, and the sound of the checkout scanner barely stopping for one moment. At first, Miley's just stood there staring. This was the busiest she has ever seen the store. For a brief moment, excitement kicked in. Maybe they had finally fixed things. Maybe all the stress from the past few episodes was finally starting to pay off. But that feeling didn't last long. Wanda quickly informed her that the entire front display has already sold out within the first 20 minutes of opening. That should have been great news. The problem was, they barely had any replacement stock left. Almost immediately, customers started asking for sizes that were already gone. One customer held up her empty hanger, asking if they still had a medium somewhere in the back. Trying to stay calm, Miley told them she'd go check. But at the turn towards the stockroom, she already had a bad feeling about what she was going to find. How's it, fellow adventurers? I'm Stefanton, and welcome back to Big Ambitions Season 2. The moment Miley walked into the stockroom, reality hit her all at once. The shelves were drained faster than expected. Only a few days ago, the warehouse had felt full for the first time in the entire series. After the huge import order in episode 9, Miley genuinely believed they had finally solved the inventory crisis. Now it already looked picked clean already. Inventory lists covered the table, and several shelves already had visible gaps forming across multiple product categories. At first, Miley thought somebody must have made a mistake, but after checking the sales reports herself, she realized the truth was much, much worse. The business wasn't failing anymore, it was growing faster than they could control. As we can see, we are selling very well over the week, but our stock count is very low. And worst of all, the warehouse reserve stock was collapsing much faster than their next shipment timeline allowed, because we only have soda cans left, hair care products, and paper bags. No clothing. That was the moment the excitement started turning into pressure. Throughout the rest of the morning, things only became more chaotic. Customers kept arriving. Employees constantly asking Miley questions about stock levels. More empty spaces started appearing on the shelves. Every few minutes, someone would ask if they had more inventory in the back. And every time Miley checked the numbers, the answer became more uncomfortable. No, not anymore. The import order from episode 9 was actually big. It only felt big because the business used to be small. That realization hit Miley hard. For the first time, she understood that all their planning had been based on survival numbers, not growth numbers, not expanding numbers, survival. And now the scale of Curtain Calls was changing faster than they had prepared for. But unfortunately, Miley has to work, and she needs to keep this place running until all stock is gone. People kept complaining that there is no more stock. We only had 4 or 5 clothing pieces left, and that became a real problem, because that meant Miley had to clean up the store and close up the business for the rest of the week. As the day started coming to a close, Miley became more focused on the numbers than the customers. She spent more of the afternoon jumping between the sale floor and the office, trying to figure out exactly where everything was going wrong. Or maybe more accurately, where everything was going too right. Sales were incredible, possibly the best they had ever had. But every successful hour creates a bigger future problem, because every item sold was inventory they couldn't replace fast enough. and every customer leaving empty-handed represented money the business was failing to capture. That thought stayed stuck in Miley's head all day, especially after watching multiple customers walk out disappointed because certain sizes were already gone. Normally she would have been happy just seeing people inside the store. Now she couldn't stop thinking about lost revenue. That scared her a little because it sounded exactly like something John would say. When Miley finally arrived home, she started thinking of business loan applications. This was the crossroad. Option 1. Smaller imports, lower risk, slower growth. Option 2. Go aggressive with loans, larger scale inventory, and expansion. But that meant debt. Neither options felt safe anymore, and Miley wasn't sure if she should take the loan. So this is where this episode comes in. We will be opening a florist as a starter, small income every day, as it's easy to start, easy to grow, and easy to manage with minimum employees. This will bring in passive income. The things that we need is the shopping baskets, point of sale, and at least one of the products in the ITR. The primary selling products is obviously the flowers because it's a florist. Gifts is if you want to. Soda and umbrellas, same thing. If we look at flowers, it can be done at any wholesale location and imported. Flowers expensive, can also be purchased at any wholesale and imported. We do have a contract with Seaside, so that's awesome. The cheap gifts is also at any wholesale and imported at Bluestone. We don't have a contract with them, so that means we will need another purchasing agent. Then gifts expensive is at no wholesale. We can only import it from Bluestone. Sodas we are importing anyway. And umbrellas can be done by any wholesale and also imported by Bluestone. And all of these do have their own recipe that goes through a factory. The employees we need is customer service and cleaning. If you would like to see an Excel sheet of all of this setup, let me know in the comments down below and I will set one up. If you want to have access to any of my Excel sheets, feel free to join Discord and we can have a chat about it over there. If you need any custom Excels, I can set it up for you for your business as well. Day 66 summary, $15,402.99. We have started getting the message from Ellen Jones that we don't have any curtain calls, any clothing for curtain calls. So yeah, that business is officially temporarily closed until the Monday. But we did import 200 clothing, so 400 might be enough. Because if we look at this, the last 7 days, even though we were closed for 5 of the 7 days, we are selling round about 200. That means let's estimate on 100, 75 to 100 clothes a day. We can only sell the cheap ones because the expensive ones needs to be made in a factory, which we do not have currently. So I have set up the amount of clothes to be 400, and that's going to cost us $50,000. Classic cheap will cost us $11,239. Classic cheap female will be that. Modern cheap male that. And a modern cheap female that. It is quite expensive, but hopefully this will last us a whole week. I've looked around and I have not really seen 30 customer capacity. There's one over here and then here's a 75. So what we're going to do is the florist will be a 15 customer capacity, and that means we need to look then for a good traffic index. So we will probably go for this one. 15 customer capacity is not great, but I don't really see great 30s around here, and if there's going to be a 30 in this valley, it's going to be a very low traffic index, and that means we need to pay a whole lot more for marketing. I think the save that Miley was put in is just very, very scary. Otherwise we take over this 5th Avenue as we go. He has a 15 customer capacity. and it's a tiny bit bigger. So let us look at initial payment $2,804 with a daily rent of 44, customer capacity of 15, and traffic index of 49. I would love to rather have a customer capacity of 30, but it is what it is. The name for the florist, thanks to Lucy in the comments of the last episode, is First Night Florals. Start the business. Remember, we are in Garment District. So we will start with the schedule, and it will be from Monday to Sunday. And we are going to go from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. So we remove that one, and let's copy it across all of the days. We can't set any pricing yet as we do not have any products. Let's get our headhunters on some customer service and on some cleaning. This is our florist. So what we will be doing is talk to the manager at AJ Peterson, First Night Florals, and it can be this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Let's add some items. First of all, cleaning station, cash register, 3 cabinet of drawers, 3 rounded shelves, 2 product panels for the umbrellas, shopping baskets, uniform locker for our staff, and 3 storage shelves. All of these items will come to a total price of $13,010. That's delivery included. Let's order that. Then we come to Square Appliances. We grab a small drinks fridge, 2 of them, even though for this shop you only need 1. So we will drop that to 1 of them because the customer capacity for a drink fridge is 20. Let's make it 1 of them, place that order for $875 and bring this to our florist. Place the drink fridge down somewhere just for now, and then instead of running all the way to Essential Appliances, we just call them for delivery. Also today at 2 o'clock, we need a hand dryer, bathroom mirror, 2 dome security cameras, 2 security panels, and 1 security sign. Then a soap dispenser, 1 bathroom stall, and for the fun of it, just a modular sink, and 1 classic speaker. Delivery included, this comes to $11,815. Then for marketing, because we've got again 15 customer capacity, 49 traffic index, with marketing we are only going to do 1 thing, and that is e-marketing, First Night Florals, and we only want a medium internet campaign. This will cost $250 and it will give us 97%. If we put a small internet campaign for an extra $100, it will push us to 121%, and that's going to be a waste of money. Even if you just do the large internet, that's 121%, which means it is a waste of money, and so on and so forth. So this is going to be the best we can do with not overspending and losing money. So we've got 4 employees now for Floral because our headhunters did a great job. We've got 2 customer service at 100% and 99%, and 2 cleaners at 99 and 97%. The only thing is the gold health insurance. I did add them to the HR, so that will not be a problem. And peaceful work environment really doesn't matter that much, unless our happiness drops below 50%, which is fine as we will sort that out. We cannot add them to a schedule yet because we don't have any cash register or cleaning station. While we're waiting for 2 o'clock, let us grab a hot dog, put our umbrella on, and just come and sit in the park and ponder life so that Miley can resonate with the way John, her father, ran a business. It is 3 o'clock. We will be running to First Night Florists and then go start with the setup of everything. Okay, we are here. Everything is in there, and let's start a time lapse where I set up everything very nicely. What I first did is just grab everything out of the cargo and just place them in the shop so that we can use the interior design tab to place them easier. Everything was just shoved into the business, and that is where I went into the interior design and started sorting out everything to make it look nice. Now that everything is moved around, we will not be doing the floors or the walls as we need to start saving up money for that delivery on Monday. I set up everything that should go in every product panel as well as in every rounded shelf. Cheap flowers on the left, expensive flowers on the right, and cheap gifts in the middle. Once we have the contract with Bluestone Imports, we will then add another rounded shelf and add the expensive gifts over here. But as you can see, everything is red. That means we need to come to NY Distro, grab paper bags, grab umbrellas, cheap gifts, flowers cheap and flowers expensive. This will be a total of $14,298. I don't necessarily have to buy 2 of each product, but I want to ensure that we do have enough stock to last us the whole week. Let's enter first night and add all of the products that we have set out it to be. I do not have sodas on me. We will grab that from the warehouse, go to the logistics manager, add a new destination that will be first night, and add 120 sodas just for now because there can only be 120 sodas in here. If we see we run out of stock, we can go to the warehouse, go and get more sodas and bring it in. Otherwise, let's open up. It will be open tomorrow as we do have our staff and they need to be scheduled. If we look at the employee list, we can see both cleaners and both customer service are being used and they are below 40 hours each, which is perfect. They're working 11 hours a day. Shame, that's terrible. The drink fridge will be stocked up tomorrow, or I can come to the backstage, our warehouse, grab 1 box of sodas to ensure that we at least have sodas tomorrow morning, and then logistics can make sure that they do fill it up every time. I'll only take 100, that will be fine. And from tomorrow, logistics will ensure that there is always 120 sodas in first night Florists. And before we end the day, remember that First Night Florals is in the garment district. So the prices will be different depending on where your shop is. You can always join my Discord and I can help you out with what can be the closest to the optimal prices for your business in which neighborhood. For floral cheap, we are looking at $32 because currently the lowest price is $32.10. Flowers expensive, lowest is $51.36, so we are going $51.25. Gift cheap is currently $23.11. We are going $23. Sodas are currently $3.75. We are going to go with $3.75 because our other shops is $3.75. Umbrellas lowest cost is $30.82 and we are going with $30.75. Day 67 summary, $3,898.85. This just shows you how much Curtain Calls Couture actually influences the income and profit of our empire. As Miley stands in first night florists with one customer, the first customer coming in. She realized by the end of the day, Miley made the difficult decision to temporarily close Curtain Calls for the rest of the week. The shelves were simply too empty to keep operation open. The good news was that a huge new shipment would arrive on Monday after Miley officially doubled the next import order. The bad news: the order was expensive, really expensive, especially after opening the brand new florist shop, First Night Florals. Earlier that same week, Miley stood quietly inside the florist shop, looking around at everything they had built in such a short amount of time. 3 businesses growing faster than expected, and all 3 of them depend on the next week going perfectly. For the first time, Miley finally admitted to herself that if sales slowed down even slightly, she might have no choice but to take out a loan. Not yet, but maybe soon. If Miley doesn't make close to $100,000 before Sunday 2 p.m., that was the deadline, then she will have to go to the bank and take out a loan. You let me know in the comments down below what is a fair amount for Miley to take out. As in the next episode, we will see how well First Night Florals did and how is it going to help the empire. But unfortunately, that's where we have to end today's episode. I really do appreciate you being here. Please remember to like and subscribe, join the Discord for any help on your game, or join the community, and consider becoming a member. I want to thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye bye for now.